Warren Buffett skips coupons because saving $1 costs him more time than that money's worth. Raise your hand if you've ever been genuinely confused by a coupon that saves $1.50 but steals 7 minutes of your life. In 2018, some reports suggested the average coupon saved around $1.50 and could take several minutes to find and redeem. So why would one of the most famously frugal people on earth, Warren Buffett, say he almost never uses them? Why did a major retailer stumble when it tried to get rid of coupons altogether? And what's the tiny personal number that quietly decides whether your coupon hunt is smart or just self-sabotage? The story we grow up with is simple. Coupons are free money. Frugal equals smart. Smart equals clip, scan, save. You trim $5 here, $2 there, and hey, that adds up, right? I've absolutely felt that quiet thrill of typing in a promo code like I just cracked a safe, and the culture rewards it. Grocery circulars, app pop-ups, members-only codes, a steady parade of little wins. But here's what scrambles the script. High earners use coupons less. A 2016 survey reported that higher-income Americans were less likely to use coupons frequently compared to lower-income groups. Buffett, the patron saint of thrift, openly shrugs at them, and that's where everything gets interesting. I kept digging, and what I found wasn't about snobbery. It was about time, attention, and a trap our brains set for us. Quick scene. It's 2012. JCPenney brought in Apple's former retail chief Ron Johnson and replaced coupons with fair and square prices. The pitch: no games, just lower prices every day. It sounded clean. Customers would love the honesty, right? Not even close. Sales reportedly dropped significantly, and the company returned to coupons the following year. Let me back up, because that moment wasn't just about arithmetic. It was psychology. Coupons changed the story in your head. You didn't just buy a shirt, you beat the system. You got permission to spend. That's not random. If you already feel permitted because your budget isn't tight, the ritual loses its point. But here's the uncomfortable part. On the money side, the math can be brutal. Using that ballpark, $1.50 saved for 5 to 10 minutes of effort implies an hourly rate of roughly $9 to $18 to chase that coupon. If your work time, parenting time, or sanity time is worth more than that, the deal stops being a deal. That's why Buffett can be both frugal and anti-coupon. His time, even while eating a DQ cone, compounds. Industry incentives line up with that reality. Industry trackers such as Inmar Intelligence have reported paper coupon redemption rates in the low single digits in recent years. Single digits. Companies issue millions of offers, knowing most won't be redeemed. Clipping, scanning, filters for the most price-sensitive shoppers. If you place a higher value on your minutes, that friction works as intended. You opt out. And here's the part that took me weeks to find. There's a single number that flips the coupon decision from smart to silly in under 10 seconds. Hold that thought. Wait, it gets better, or worse. Depends how you feel about your browser's promo code box. To be fair, the simple explanation isn't wrong. Sometimes coupons are absolutely worth it for anyone. A one-tap 20% off code on a $300 hotel. The pharmacy app that auto-loads $15 in savings on meds you need. A grocery chain's buy 5, save $5 on staples you buy every week. That's real money for seconds of effort. Beneath that sits something stickier, the sunk cost trap. Arcus and Bloomer showed this in the 1980s. Once we've invested resources, time, money, emotion, we feel pulled to keep going, even when it stops making sense. I catch myself doing this and laugh because it's painfully on brand. I'll spend 8 minutes hunting a 10% code, find nothing, and tell myself, okay, just 2 more sites. That isn't optimizing, that's refusing to admit the first 8 minutes are gone. See the pattern? You've invested 6 months with someone who's fine, not great. But you keep going because of the dinners, the talks, the trips, as if those sunk months will suddenly pay interest. That's browsing expired codes at 11:43 p.m. because you already put in the effort, and it would be a waste to stop. You'd think you're saving. You're actually paying in a currency we rarely track, minutes that could be used for higher value work, sleep, or honestly, watching a show with someone you like. And here's where you come in. If you've ever stood at a self-checkout, scrolling a coupon app while a line forms behind you, you've felt the sunk cost trap in public. The longer you've scrolled, the more compelled you are to keep going. Meanwhile, the effective wage you're working for drops by the second. Companies even amplify this without malice. The little promo code box at checkout is an invitation to a side quest. It keeps price-sensitive shoppers engaged and nudges high-time value shoppers to just buy. 2 segments, 1 design. There's another layer. $1.50 ballpark hides a distribution. Coupons tend to be small value for everyday items and larger value for categories where breakage, unredeemed offers is high. Free mail-in rebated gadgets. Lots of people never submit the forms. Digital grocery coupons on staples you always buy. Easy to redeem. So the trap isn't never coupon. It's don't let your past effort drag you into bad math. Which brings me back to that one number that flips the decision. Economists call it your reservation wage, the minimum you'd accept to work for 1 more hour. You can translate it to a per-minute figure and use it at the checkout. If you value your time at $30 an hour, that's 50 cents a minute. A $1.50 coupon needs to take under 3 minutes to clear the bar. If it takes longer, close the tab. No drama, no guilt. Cut your losses like a boring adult. I've got to literally set a 90-second timer for promo code hunts because I'm not immune. I'm just tired of arguing with past me. Here's where the story turns. We talk about frugal, wealthy people as if they've sworn off small savings. That's not it. They drop pennies to pick up dollars. Many frugal, wealthy individuals often avoid traditional couponing because the time and effort required to find and use coupons may not justify the relatively small savings, especially given their higher valuation of time. The sting isn't about being above coupons, it's about refusing to negotiate with sunk time. Once you see the trade, you get your agency back. Set a reservation wage, pre-decide a cutoff, 60, 90, 180 seconds, and watch how your behavior changes. There's a version of this operating in plain sight that almost nobody questions. What's the last promo code you chased? How many minutes did you spend? How much did you save? And would you still do it if you priced your time at, say, $25 an hour? Next time that little promo code box winks at you, start your timer, because that box isn't a gift, it's a tiny hourglass.